Kirk Douglas, 1916 to 2020, was an iconic American actor, filmmaker, and philanthropist whose life spanned over a century, leaving an indelible mark on Hollywood and beyond. Born Isha Danilovich on December 9, 1916, in Amsterdam, New York, to Russian Jewish immigrants, Douglas grew up in poverty. His father was a ragman, and the family struggled financially, with Douglas taking on numerous odd jobs during his youth to support them. Despite these hardships, he excelled academically and athletically, eventually attending St. Lawrence University and later the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York City, where he befriended future stars like Lauren Bacall. Douglas's early career included stage performances and radio work before he served in the U.S. Navy during World War II. After being medically discharged in 1944 due to injuries, he returned to acting. His big break came in 1946 when Bacall recommended him to producer Hal B. Wallace, leading to his film debut in The Strange Love of Martha Ivius alongside Barbara Stanwyck. Douglas quickly rose to prominence with his role as a ruthless boxer in Champion, 1949, which earned him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. This performance established his screen persona, intense, charismatic, and often playing morally complex characters. Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, Douglas became one of Hollywood's most versatile and bankable stars, working with legendary directors like Vincent Minnelli, Billy Wilder, and Stanley Kubrick. Times the Bad and the Beautiful, 1952. Douglas played a manipulative film producer, earning his second Oscar nomination. Times Lust for Life, 1956. His portrayal of Vincent van Gogh garnered critical acclaim and his third Oscar nomination. Times Paths of Glory, 1957. A anti-war film directed by Kubrick, where Douglas played a compassionate French officer. Times Spartacus, 1960. A epic historical drama where Douglas both starred as the titular character and produced the film. This role was particularly significant as Douglas openly credited blacklisted screenwriter Dalton Trumbo, helping to break Hollywood's infamous blacklist. Douglas was known for his physicality, distinctive voice, and cleft chin, which made him a memorable presence on screen. He often collaborated with Burt Lancaster, with whom he made 7 films, including Gunfight at the OK Corral, 1957, and 7 Days in May, 1964. In addition to acting, Douglas was a pioneering producer. He founded Brinner Productions in 1955, named after his mother, which allowed him creative control over his projects. This move was unconventional for the time, as most actors relied on studio contracts. Through Brinner, Douglas produced films like Paths of Glory and Spartacus, challenging industry norms and advocating for artistic freedom. His decision to hire Dalton Trumbo for Spartacus and credit him openly was a bold stance against the McCarthy-era blacklist, which had ruined the careers of many writers and artists. Douglas's actions were instrumental in ending this practice, though he later humbly downplayed his role, stating, "I was young enough to say to hell with it." Douglas was married twice, first to Diana Dill, 1943 to 1951, with whom he had 2 sons, Michael and Joel, and later to Ann Bidens, 1954 to 2020, with whom he had 2 more sons, Peter and Eric. Tragically, Eric died of a drug overdose in 2004. Douglas faced several life-threatening events, including a helicopter crash in 1991 and a severe stroke in 1996. The stroke affected his speech, but he underwent extensive therapy and returned to acting, starring in films like Diamonds, 1999, and It Runs in the Family, 2003, alongside his son Michael. His later years were marked by a renewed interest in his Jewish heritage. After the helicopter crash, he grappled with guilt and questions about his survival, leading him to explore spirituality and Torah study. He documented this journey in his book Climbing the Mountain, My Search for Meaning, 1997. Douglas was also a prolific writer, penning several autobiographies, including The Ragman's Son, 1988, which detailed his impoverished childhood, and My Stroke of Luck, 2002, about his recovery from his stroke. He also wrote novels and memoirs, showcasing his talent beyond acting. Alongside his wife and Douglas was a dedicated philanthropist. The Douglas Foundation donated over $100 million to various causes, including Times refurbishing playgrounds in Los Angeles schools, Times supporting homeless shelters and Alzheimer's research, Times endowing fellowships at the American Film Institute. Douglas often cited his mother's influence, remembering how she helped others despite their poverty. He once said, "I want to go out of this world the way I came in, with nothing." Kirk Douglas passed away on February 5, 2020, at the age of 103. He left behind a legacy as one of Hollywood's greatest actors and a humanitarian. His son Michael Douglas, also an acclaimed actor and producer, remembered him as a legend and a humanitarian whose commitment to justice set a standard for all of us. Douglas received numerous honors, including Times an Honorary Academy Award, 1996, for his contributions to film, Times the Presidential Medal of Freedom, Times the Cecil B. DeMille Award, 1968. His influence extended beyond film. He was a symbol of resilience, reinvention, and moral courage. From his humble beginnings as the son of a ragman to becoming a Hollywood icon, Douglas's life was a testament to the power of perseverance and the importance of using one's platform for good. In summary, Kirk Douglas was not only a legendary actor but also a trailblazer who challenged industry injustices, a writer who shared his vulnerabilities, and a philanthropist who gave generously to others. His century-long life remains an inspiration, embodying the ideals of creativity, resilience, and compassion.